Boris Johnson will not be able to secure a trade deal with the EU by the time the transition period ends on 31 December 2020, according to the latest Express poll. Express readers said a no-deal Brexit was incoming, as trade talks with the EU continue to hit a stalemate over immovable red lines. It is very likely the Prime Minister will not meet his own deadline for securing a post-Brexit trade deal with the EU by the end of July, the poll indicated. At the last round of talks, the UK's Brexit negotiator David Frost failed to reach a breakthrough with EU counterpart Michel Barnier. The Express poll ran from 3:30 p.m. yesterday to 7:30 a.m. this morning. In total, 2,590 people were polled. The poll found 69% of readers, 1,738, said Mr. Johnson would fail to secure a deal. They were adamant the Prime Minister's negotiations to arrange a trade deal with Brussels would be in vain despite repeated promises the UK would leave on good terms. Just 24%, 625 people, said he would be able to secure a deal. There was also a group of those polled who remain undecided, after 7% of voters, 191, said maybe. A marginal group who said they did not know amounted to 1%, 36 of the total. Until 31 December, the UK will remain in both the EU customs union and single market. But after the transition period ends, extra charges and checks will be applied to UK-EU trade. If there is no trade deal by the end of the transition period, the UK will have to trade with the bloc on World Trade Organization terms. The UK is now working under the assumption that it will leave the EU under WTO conditions. Two contentious areas that have yet to be resolved: AARE fisheries and the Northern Ireland-only backstop. Whitehall sources spoke to the Daily Telegraph and said, there won't be a deal. They hope the EU will give ground come August so a simplified basic deal can be arranged. According to the Irish News, the UK government has now agreed to pay for trade inspection posts at Northern Ireland ports. These facilities would be operated by the Department of Agriculture, Environment and Rural Affairs as well as the Food Standards Agency and port operators. Government Minister Lord Gardiner said, "The government has agreed in principle to fund the construction costs for these facilities.